In this week's Meet the Investor, you're going to meet a very experienced and educated man by the name of Dr. Morule. And he's an incredible property investor who, over a short space of time, has built quite a substantial portfolio. When I started working with Dr. Masejo, there must have been sure, probably about 5 years ago. How time flies. And when we started our coaching journey, he had more an interest in property and less experience in it. But over the past few years, he's built a substantial portfolio. And in this interview, you're going to see how he's built a portfolio of up to 80 beds, where he's maintaining and managing 80 students, whilst still maintaining his full time job as an orthopedic surgeon. You'll get to know his journey, his background, his why, as well as learn from his latest deal where he got 100% finance from the bank. So that's quite incredible. That just means that he has to cover the buying costs, the transfer, and maybe some bond registration costs. And for the rest, he's bought a asset that is cash flowing positively from day one using 100% of the bank's money. So don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, like. If you want to know more about my property coaching program, just click the link in the comments below and you can schedule an appointment with me. Until next time, happy investing.
Yeah, I'm an orthopedic surgeon by profession, based in Clarkston. I'm a founder and a director of a company called House Call Property Investments. And this is basically the vehicle that we use to buy properties. And we mainly specialize with student accommodation in Potch. Other than that, I'm a hubby, a beautiful wife, and 3 kids. Lawrence is my mentor or a coach. It's a good thing to have a mentor because whenever you get stuck, you can just give him a call or just send him a text and he sorts out all your problems. We have 5 properties in Potch, with 80 students. My why am I in property? Basically, with the work that I do, we get so busy. I don't get enough time to spend with the girls, So property, basically, I want to generate passive income. I want to create generational wealth for the girls and basically have financial freedom, so I can live life on my own terms. Also, when I go chill at the beach in Cape Town, I still get paid for just chilling, And the strategies that we do basically is student housing mainly. We also do multi-lets, residential. And recently we've started with property development as well. So just to show you some of the deals that we did, like I said, we mainly do student accommodation in Potch. So what we do is, we buy properties that are less than a kilometer from the University of the Northwest. So we have 5 of these properties in Potch with a total of 80 tenants. So your location is very key. Location. And basically what you need to do or what you need to know about students in terms of satisfying them is just a few things, really, to make these guys happy. Wi-Fi is the number one. I give them uncapped, unlimited Wi-Fi. They're happy with your Wi-Fi. They can forgive you if you do anything else wrong, but just don't mess up their Wi-Fi. And like I said, proximity to campus is very key. So we do less than a kilometer to either the university or the colleges. So these guys, they need security, and how you can improve security, just you can use biometric access control gates, use surveillance cameras, electric gates, or electric fans, and basically just make them comfortable, because basically it's their home away from. So this is the deal that we did this year. I think about 2 months ago. It's 20 bachelor apartments, 800 meters from the Northwest University. Motivated seller, the guy needed cash to buy other things. Property was in a great condition or is in a great condition. There's no rehabs or refabs that needs to be done. Electric gauge camera is NSFAS accredited for 20 students, and it has occupancy of 90%. There's just some of the pictures there showing it's a beautiful, beautiful property. Nothing needs to be done here. It's got everything you need for the students. Running the numbers, our income here, 20 students paying 3,000 rent a month each. Expense there, 41,000. So it's positive flowing at 8,424. The return on investment of 67%. So this is quite a good deal. So what we focus on here is positive cash flowing properties. That's what we deal with. Nothing negative cash flowing, or we don't want to break it. We want to make money. So we use the bond originator that secured us 100% loan at 7% interest rate at 20-year terms. It's very important to use these bond originators because they negotiate on your behalf. They submit your application to all the major financial institutions, basically get you the best deal. That's how we managed to get 100% loan at 7%. So the main advice here that I can give the guys that are upcoming or starting, is that your network determines your net worth. So check who's in your circle. Invest in yourself as much as you possibly can. Attend seminars, read books, get yourself a coach. Another thing is you make money when you buy. They say if your offer doesn't embarrass you yourself, then it's not low enough. So make a very low offer and see how it goes. You'll be surprised. Cash flow is king. Make sure that your properties are positive cash flow. I don't do anything that's negative cash flow.
Masego, thank you, Baba. It was great for you to share your knowledge, and also that it's possible to get 100% finance. Let's answer some questions. Okay, so here's a question from Rudo that I'd like you to answer, Masego. His question is, when you're financing a student accommodation house, do you get finance for the house at a residential rate, or do you get a commercial rate?
I got commercial rates for this one.
Which can you maybe just explain the difference between commercial and residential?
It depends on your zoning. This one is zoned for residential. The other ones, I've got a commune as well. It's a residential one. So if it's a residential one, that's just your normal house that you can turn into student accommodation. Then that can be financed as just a home loan, a normal home loan.
Fantastic.
But commercial, the other important thing about commercial is most of the banks actually go for 60% on commercial. So this one, I was also surprised to get 100%.
Sure. Is it the first time you got 100%? If I'm not mistaken.
Very first time, my man.
Okay.
Very first time.
Okay, let's see if there's another question here. Okay, great question. Where did you find the student accommodation deal? How did you locate it?
Well, I have a strong relationship with my estate agent. This guy, I bought 2 properties from him, or I got 2 properties through him. So he sent me a text and said to me, hey man, there's a distressed seller, send me some pictures, are you keen? And I went to view the place and I loved it.
So again, the same thing as Lucia, that it's hard to find a good agent, but once you've done 1 or 2 deals with them, they tend to have you in their corner and will give you the off-market deals.
Exactly. And he did the same thing last night. It might be another deal loading. Yeah. So once you start and they see that you're a serious investor, they keep coming back.
Yes. Okay. Last question here for you, Masego. There have been some reports or some people that have said NSFAS sometimes takes a while to pay. So the start of the year is, let's say, January, February, but you only get paid your NSFAS, your first month's rent in like April, May. So the question is twofold. One, is that something you've experienced? And then number 2, how do you mitigate that to protect yourself in the future?
Look, you know this in advance, you know, and I've been fortunate that I'm working with the University of the Northwest. They tell you in advance. They send you an email and said, "Hey, the first payment will be this year was I think May, either May or end of April." So they send you an email in January already, so you can plan your things prior. You know, hence I'm saying cash flow is king. So with my other properties, I can already budget for the students where I expect that no, the payments will only come in later. And then once they start paying, then it becomes consistent. They pay in May or they pay in April the first time, then they pay every second month after that.